1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. That'll start going about now. Right then. We're back for Ubisoft after a rather disappointing showing from Squeenix. And, yeah, back with me again is Lemme Smash. And...
Hello all.
Yes. Before Ubisoft starts, they're doing a weird pre-show thing at the moment. It's not of any particular consequence. It's just the weird people talking again. Let's discuss what we're expecting from Ubisoft. Or what you'd like to see.
I haven't really thought about it. I was kind of all focused on what I wanted to see from Square Enix, and
and that sort of went out the window, didn't it?
yeah. Ubisoft really, I'm kind of interested to see if they're doing anything for... I know they're kind of getting into like the multiple years of DLC, especially for like Rainbow Six. I'm wondering if they're going to do that for Wildlands, because that was a really... I really liked Wildlands. I'm wondering if they're going to bring multiple years of DLC to that too.
I remember forgetting that it came out, and then I was like, oh, it's out. And
yeah,
it didn't get the splash I think they were hoping for. Am I wrong?
Maybe.
I just don't remember hearing anything about it like around the time it came out at all. I was just like, oh, okay, that game exists and it's finished.
I think they did the problem of having too many Tom Clancy's games, because you had Siege and
so
Ghost
many.
Recon and
The Division.
Division, right. So, Division was hype because it looked amazing, and Siege was hype because it was like, the future of esports. And, Wildlands just kind of blended in.
This is true. I mean, yeah, all credit to Rainbow Six. That got it. That did well in the end. I think the other two less so. In the grand scheme of things, at least.
So we know we have Assassin's Creed coming because that leaked forever ago.
Yeah.
We know we have The Crew 2 coming.
We know we've got the Division 2 because that premiered at Microsoft.
I'm wondering if we're going to see a Watch Dogs 3.
I'd like that because Watch Dogs 2 was really good. They've
kind of embraced that one.
Yeah, I didn't care for 1 particularly, but number 2 was real good. I really enjoyed that.
Which is sad, because you don't see a lot of games take place in Chicago, and that's the city that's closest to me, so I kind of embrace that. And I was really excited when I got to play a game that took place in Chicago. So many games take place in New York and in LA, and finally we got one in Chicago, and it was just
Yeah. I mean, having Watch Dogs 2 set in San Francisco was interesting.
I think it fit the tone for that game, definitely.
Yeah, definitely. Like really bright and colourful and just gorgeous. I remember doing most of the missions of that game with the drones. Like, I tried to just use the drones for every mission instead of like having Marcus go in, just because I couldn't be bothered to use the drones. I was just like, I really enjoy like flying around and trying to do it all like that, and I frequently failed, but Can I just point out, though, on Twitch at the moment, the dashboard, the stats thing is fucking atrocious. It takes about a good 3 or 4 minutes to actually register that you're streaming and show you how many people are watching. And I don't know why.
Yeah, it's
real dumb.
They really got to get their stuff together, because Mixer and Caffeine are going to wipe the floor with them.
They are. It's a shame because, Twitch is overall a decent enough service, but it just didn't. It's sort of doing the YouTube thing. It's resting on its laurels because it's the one that people use.
Why is that guy touching all those Totinos? Are you gonna eat those now, dude?
I'll just put that on screen so people can see. Yeah, it's because everything. Like, I think the whole event, like E3, is sponsored by Totinos, which is just annoying to me.
Forza 3 had Forza 7 had a Totino's sponsorship, and I almost bought a box of Totino's just to like get the content that came with it, but it was stupid driver gear. It was the silly thing that they added into this game that had no point.
Oh, right. There was what fucking game was it? Ended up with stupid Totino's promo last year, and it was really out of place and horrible. Oh, I can't remember. I remember there being quite a few things about it. It was like really stupid. Might have been Call of Duty, actually, thinking about it. I don't get this. Why has Totino's become associated with gaming and whatever?
Yeah, we lost the Doritos kind of meme.
Yeah. I mean, that's probably good because I don't really like Doritos, but still.
Ubisoft is having an E3 sale apparently on Uplay, up to 80% off their games.
That's good, but then I'd also have to use Uplay, and I don't want to do that.
Yeah, I get all their stuff through Steam, but it automatically just jumps it into Uplay anyway.
I know. I just don't play a lot of Ubisoft games. I like the fact. I think Watch Dogs 2 didn't make you log into Uplay, and I appreciated that.
I just pulled it up just to kind of refresh myself on their franchises because, we have the Crew, so I don't like. Driver San Francisco was one of my favorite games recently that they brought out.
That's a good game.
I say recently, that was.
Like I say, that's not recent anymore, but it's a good game.
Yeah. I don't think we'll be seeing another one of them anytime soon, but that was such a fun game. Just a weird twist on that genre.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I don't think Steep was successful enough to see anything new with that.
No, it's one of the problems it had was that it was always online, and the servers were constantly dog shit. They never improved them, and you just get kicked out of the game. Like you literally just kicked you out of the game after like 3 seconds of not having a connection. There wasn't even any sort of leeway with it.
Yeah. Now, Far Cry 5, they just released the first DLC for that, the Vietnam one. They have 2 more coming out. I wonder if they're going to detail those a little bit more.
The Vietnam DLC, sorry.
Yeah.
What?
Have you ever heard about this?
I haven't heard about that, actually. What the hell?
No, so the Far Cry 5's DLC pack is amazing. They have 3 DLC campaigns. The first DLC is like Heart of Darkness, and it takes place in Vietnam. The second DLC is like a zombie survival DLC, and the third one takes place on Mars, and you're fighting an alien.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
also,
it's excellent.
Just quickly, it's the DLC currently sits at mostly negative reviews on Steam.
Is it?
Yeah.
I think a lot of people were complaining about the length usually.
All right, that's like 504 reviews as well. That's not a small amount of naysayers. Oh dear. Well, that's embarrassing for them, but oh well. Yeah, I didn't realize that they'd done that, so that's moderately interesting.
I'm wondering though if we're gonna get an out of left field Far Cry announcement like Far Cry Primal.
Yeah, like a spin-off, that would be fun, or a Blood Dragon maybe.
Because it's definitely too soon for another Far Cry since we just had one. But
yeah,
they could announce hey, we're working on another crazy spin-off game because the Far Cry series is always ready for something crazy like that.
Oh yeah, even if they
did that survey a while back with all the crazy different things that they could do, and
yeah, I think that's definitely something they could go for. I know we're going to see more of Assassin's Creed, but I don't care about that anymore. That series is just a homogenized mess in my head now. I don't care for it.
It's one of those games that I should love because it's open world and it's huge, and like I have almost every one of them, but I don't think I've ever played them. Like I have Origins and I have 0 hours in it.
I think the last one that everyone the consensus was that this is a good game was number 4, Black Flag. Because it was just so left field and different because there's pirate ship stuff and that was all fun and different.
Well, people really liked Origins just because it was such a drastic change to the formula.
Yeah.
I think Ubisoft has kind of realized that they can't do this yearly thing. They've got to take a year off every...
they can't just keep going. But the problem is, I think the new one that they're working on, the Greek-themed one, might release this year, and I would be concerned if they did that.
Yeah.
Also be concerned if
Unless
they had a Battle Royale mode, because that would just be...
Yeah, Assassin's Creed multiplayer was never its strong suit.
No, didn't they just end up getting rid of that in the end?
Yeah, it kind of... They got rid of it, and I don't think anybody really noticed.
Yeah, I don't remember, like, ever feeling the need
it's
for
an
it.
interesting idea, like, you know, having to hunt down people to assassinate, but it's just like, it's not something that anybody was dying for. Oh, is this a Ubisoft product? Brawlhalla?
What, sorry? Which one?
Is Brawlhalla, is that Ubisoft? I don't think so.
Like I say,
That's
I don't
Blue
think
Mammoth.
so either. I love Brawlhalla, incidentally. It's a really fun game.
Oh, it's Divide and Conquer got me into that game.
Oh yeah, no, it's a real good show. I think that's a real standout free-to-play game that people need to go and play. We have just about 2 minutes now until the show starts, so good.
Do you think we'll see anything on For Honor?
I forgot that game existed. I don't think so.
Yeah. Like I said, I had to open up Uplay just to kind of refresh their franchises.
Well, that's the problem. They all sort of merge together.
They need to do... Do you remember from the Xbox launch that Jump Force of like all the anime coming together?
No.
It was a trailer with like Naruto and Yuffie and Goku in one trailer.
I don't remember that at all. I don't know what happened with that.
Yeah, it was like all these different anime franchises coming together. All these Shonen Jump franchises. They need to do that with a Ubisoft game. They need to have like Assassin's Creed / Watch Dogs / Far Cry, like / Ghost Recon. Just have them all in one big mishmash.
Yeah,
and just go nuts with it.
That would be definitely interesting, but whether or not
tongue sticking out of the cheek.
Right. So
gaming show happening later today, and then Sony.
Yeah, so looks like they're just wrapping up their weird preamble thing on the Twitch channel. And then we're about to get into it. Please stop talking, man.
It is time for the Ubisoft press conference.
Right.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Here we go. Ubisoft are starting. Finally. And we start immediately.
Presenters.
I hope so.
She has blue hair.
Okay, you're ahead of me then. So I'm gonna quickly refresh the page. Also, her microphone's far too quiet. And there we go. I might be caught up to you now, hopefully. No, I have an advert
to show you
Amazon Prime.
So
again.
just show us already.
I keep getting this advert for bloody Cloak and Dagger on Amazon Prime. And yes, I want to watch it, but I don't need to see the advert 50 billion times. Go away. There we go. Right.
All right, everybody. Everybody at home, are you ready?
There we go.
Yes.
We're going.
I'm just gonna assume that they're ready.
Well, if you're ready for the biggest gaming...
God, that was awkward. So they've got
Let's do it.
no Aisha Tyler this year, and I'm disappointed because she made the Ubisoft show like really entertaining.
Oh yeah,
I was
she's
a fan of
generally
her.
really funny.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Aisha Tyler, and I'm annoyed that she's not back anymore, but oh well. Oh, I recognise that music from somewhere. Where do I recognise that music? I don't know where I recognise that music from, but oh well.
I saw a Legionnaire helmet. For Honor 2 confirmed.
I sincerely doubt it. Still, at least Ubisoft can be generally relied upon for a nice show.
The Skate 4 hype train is still going.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God. We started with Let's Dance again, I think. As they do every year.
To be fair, though, Just Dance is actually kind of fun.
I'm sure it is. It's just a franchise that, for some reason, never seems to go away. And that surprises me that it never seems to go away. How is it even played nowadays? Is it usually on Switch with the motion controlling?
Yeah, I actually played the demo on the Switch, and you would detach the Joy-Cons and you just move the Joy-Cons with the... You do the motions that they do on screen. So you don't even have to really dance. You just have to kind of... Like, I played it in bed while I was lying down.
That's strange. I remember when they had it on the Wii, and it was like, there was proper sort of... You had to do a lot of motion with it.
Yeah.
And when they had it on dance mats as well. Okay, wow, what the hell? It's interesting.
Do you remember the dance game for the Kinect? That was some fun.
I never had a Kinect, but I remember it existing. I can't remember what it was called.
I played that at a party one time, and you get a group of people together with some alcohol, and that was lit.
Yeah. Fair enough. I was more of a Guitar Hero person, personally.
Oh, still, yeah.
Yeah. But then the Guitar Hero series has indeed died a death. And, you know, I think that's fair considering the last two the last Guitar Hero and Rock Band games weren't very good, I think.
They tried to bring it back, but
it flopped. It died on its arse, which is a shame.
Yeah.
You know, oh well. It was a good series, but the problem is they had like 2 or 3 a year coming out at one point, and it's just like, that's too many.
Yeah.
Nobody needs that much Guitar Hero in their lives.
Is your stream kind of jaggy a bit?
A little bit. There's a few frame drops.
They need to turn VSync on.
I think overall it's smooth enough that I'm not going to care, but yeah, it's slightly jank. Yeah, Just Dance 2019, as always. Same thing every year. But again, it's entertaining. It's Ubisoft. This is what they do every year.
We have the Panda.
We do. I mean, I still think the weirdest thing from Ubisoft was when they were advertising, I think it was Nier Automata, and they had the guy with the moon face.
Oh, that's just how he looks. He has that everywhere.
God, that was the creepiest thing.
Japan.
Yeah, I think that's a fair assessment. They have a very different culture to the US and the UK.
I mean, if he didn't wear that, how would we know that he's quirky?
Exactly, yes. There's no way to distinguish that at all. Oh, it's just coming this October, hooray. Oh, I think the funny thing about this is I think people watch it for the dance and they don't give a shit about the game. They just care about, like, the fun dance number.
Oh, that guy's hype.
Oh, wow, he is hype, bloody hell.
Now the panda takes off his helmet, and it's Yves Guillemot.
That would be quite amazing, but I doubt it.
Oh, dang it, he went behind stage.
Right, okay, come on, give us a game. Well, a game, not a gimmick game. If we're starting like that, might it be...
Ooh, space.
The Final Frontier. Can't think of any space-based Ubisoft franchises for some reason.
Watch Dogs 3 in space.
Talk about hacking the planet. I don't know what this is, but it looks interesting because I like space. Can't be Beyond Good and Evil, can it?
Cook, do you hear me?
Yep. There's the pig.
Okay, yeah, there you go.
Dead drunk in my sick bay. After eating your miraculous
I can't quite figure out half the time where this sort of technology line of Beyond Good and Evil is, so...
I never played the first one, I just know it had a pig in it.
Yeah. I mean, the second one is... I'm surprised how anticipated it is, considering, like, the first one never sold that well. It was more of a cult hit.
I mean, do you see how crazy people went for Battletoads? Are you kidding me?
Well, I think that's just memes.
Keep laughing, fools. The key ingredient to good
I'm gonna turn the stream up just slightly, I think.
is love.
Ooh, a rumble.
This is in space too.
What?
Engineering to officers, we are dead in the water. I repeat.
I must admit, if this is like all, like I'm assuming this is all sort of in the gameplay engine and not pre-rendered, then it would look good.
This is definitely pre-rendered.
Yeah, that's the problem.
It's massive. Like, get back here, Shani. Hold off!
They need to outlaw this kind of stuff. How is this possible? There's no wind in space.
Lock down the bacon.
It's theoretically possible with just like enough debris hitting each other. It's the same, you know, the film Gravity. That is theoretically a feasible threat.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know if the way that they're portraying this is necessarily
This is like
accurate.
Star Wars space.
Again, though, yeah, it's sci-fi, so it's less important. Also, while this is definitely pre-rendered, it is quite gorgeous.
Holy shit.
That's a big ship. Okay.
Are we gonna have to fight the Reapers?
Probably. I feel like I don't have enough knowledge of this franchise. Sometimes.
Jade.
In this franchise where we have impossibly big spaceships, the final battle is gonna come down to two people with swords.
I mean, that's seems to be a sci-fi trope at the moment.
Hi. Thank you. Hello, I'm Gabrielle Schrager, narrative director.
And I'm Guillaume Brunier.
Yeah, I remember when, like, not too long after the E3 reveal last year of this, they had quite a good they had a walkthrough of the game world by somebody, and there was actual sort of gameplay mechanics in this video, and it was quite good. It certainly looked good anyway. But...
Yeah, it looks definitely good, but it's not a franchise that I'm looking into like, oh my god, I gotta play that.
I also don't know necessarily whether this can live up to the hype it's creating for itself.
Recognized a ferocious young Jade.
No, wasn't she the protagonist of the last game?
Yeah.
And Paige is back as the incorrigible chief cook of the Gata. We've got two other officers, Uma, the holistic chief medic, and Callum, our chief engineer. And all of these legendary characters will play a major role.
That's quite good shout, good shout.
Today, we are proud to represent our growing production team in Montpellier, Barcelona, Bordeaux, and Sofia. Thanks, everyone, for making it happen.
Still, nice to know that we've got a bit more story detail about sort of who's in it, what's going on.
Thank you for them.
In BGE2, you are a space pirate captain in a distant galaxy near the end of the 24th century. Yep. At this year's E3, we will be showcasing a new behind-closed-doors demo offering a first look.
This is the best kind of demos, the kind I can't see.
Yeah.
Sacred city of Ganesha. Now, let's take a look at our first pre-alpha gameplay footage.
Okay, we've got some proper gameplay footage. Hooray!
You
Unfortunately,
know,
because
EA
it's
let us
behind.
play their pre-alpha.
Yeah. Still, it's nice to actually be able to see some gameplay.
Filled with sacred temples, beautiful gardens and bustling shops.
Still looks really good.
It's also
Oh,
a
yeah.
darker underworld.
I mean,
Rife with dirty bars and dangerous
as I say though,
passages.
every game nowadays looks good because it's 2018 and graphics have come along quite a long way.
From the intimate interior of a
Somebody
hidden
mentioned
temple
that a while
at the
ago
very
in
edge of
some
the
sort of
galaxy.
video I was watching. They were like,
Find underground
you know, when do we
and in
need new
space
consoles? And they
massively
basically said
different
when every
scales.
game looks like Uncharted.
And all of this
And I think
Seamlessly.
we're not there yet,
What
but
you
we're
will be
slowly
seeing
getting
this
there.
year is only a
Yeah.
very small part of a much larger open universe
Ooh,
we
and
are
this looks like it
creating.
could be slightly
A
open.
universe we are also
It does,
building
yeah.
with our fans.
I'd also like to actually see this, like, what they're showing on the screen as opposed to... Oh, that was it.
with Beyond Good and
I'd
Evil
rather have
Well, maybe
actually
they'll-
just then put the screen full screen here as opposed to having
Yeah,
them
maybe
as
they'll
well.
release like a video
We
later.
want our
Probably.
fans and
I certainly
people
hope so.
all over the world to really be a part of creating the game. So today, we are issuing an open invitation for people all over the world to contribute their ideas, music, artworks, and create.
Oh, so we're just gonna make this game for them.
That players will experience as they explore
That's-
the world of Beyond Good and Evil 2.
That's a strange way of
literally a
doing it.
universe
To
of
just
ways
go,
for
hey,
artists to express themselves.
come and
From
send
Johnny
us stuff
frescoes
and we
to
might put it in
murals
the
to
game.
art, music, radio content, and much more.
To do this, we have partnered with a company at the forefront of community collaboration, Hit Record. And here, to tell us more, is their founder, Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Oh, I think I've heard of this company. 'Cause I follow him on Twitter. I remember this being a thing, and I've nearly signed up for it once. I think.
Thank you.
That was ages ago. It's a good idea, but the problem is,
Thanks to you guys. Thanks, Guillaume.
you need to know how much. I want to know how much information they're going to give us regarding the tone of what they want us to submit.
Yeah, because how much submissions are you gonna get that's gonna be copyrighted material, that's gonna be memes,
Or that's just going to
you
be
know-
generally shit.
First time we're making stuff that's going
Right.
to be a video game.
So you need to
I'm
be.
thinking like 90% of it's gonna be generally shit.
Yeah, I think they need to be very careful about telling us what they want, like the theme of what they want, how it's going to look in the
You're
world.
gonna have an entire world full of rare Pepes.
It's not
Yeah.
just going to be a thing like a contest where people submit songs and then we pick one or two of them and we put them in the game. We're going to be really making the songs together. And the same goes
Well-
for the visual assets that we'll be creating. So whether you're a writer,
I mean,
musician,
Project Cars did
illustrator,
this in a really
if
nice way with their
you're a pro-level
World of Mass
artist,
Development
or if
tool,
you're just someone who really
but
cares
they were
about
actually
Beyond
sending
Good
out
and Evil and the
betas
world and you
and
love it, you
alphas
wanna
and
be part of
everything
it,
like
there's
to
gonna be
people who
ways
paid
for
money,
you
so
to
you actually had to invest
creative
into the
challenges
game in
are
order to
live
develop it. It wasn't
as
just
of,
like a
now.
free-for-all.
Someone's in
Yeah.
my office pushing the button, like very nervous. You guys are doing great. And yeah, so come to our site, check out the Beyond Good and Evil 2 page at hitrecord.org.
Yeah, Twitch chat is kind of agreeing with us here.
Go do that shit.
Yeah, that.
People wanting, you know, why don't you pay us for our work?
Yeah, this is something that could go either very well or very badly, depending on how it's handled. And also, yeah, are the people who get
Weirdly-
their things put in the game going to be paid for it? Because they should.
Weirdly poignant for a game called Beyond Good and Evil to go the route of make our game for us.
And we really can't wait to see what the community creates.
So which one of y'all made that trailer?
We will be
Oh, shit.
showcasing some of this content at our very first dedicated community event, the BG Fest, which will take place in Montpellier this fall. Thanks, everyone. Have
They're having
great
a festival dedicated to Beyond Good and Evil.
No.
That's odd.
Are they,
They're having.
are they gonna serve ham?
They're making so many festivals and conferences and shit now. It's hard to keep track of this stuff.
Siege. Here we go.
Did you hear the woman shouting, "Oh, they nailed it! They nailed it!" All right, I think that guy's happy.
My name is Justin Kruger, community developer on Rainbow Six Siege, and I'm here today to talk about our community. Our community that
How about you talk about
inspires
some
us and
games?
drives us every single day. The Siege team back in Montreal has actually been so inspired by seeing all of the millions of people playing our game every single day. Over the
Just
past
one
2
time, I
months.
want someone to come out and just be like, "Man, we're kind of disappointed. Like, why didn't more of you guys buy this? We're really upset."
that the
I think
Rainbow
lots
Six
of people
Siege
bought
community
Rainbow
is
Six, to
now
be fair.
35 million players.
Oh yeah, I bought it when
Yeah.
they brought it down to like $5 for the main game.
Yeah.
Yes.
I still haven't bought
I wish
it
I could hug
because I'm not a
every
big
single
multiplayer
one of
person,
you,
but I
don't know
definitely
if
see
my
the
heart's big
appeal.
enough to hug every single one of you.
Oh yeah.
That would take a long time as well.
Okay. Someone has just retweeted the hit record thing that we were just talking about does pay contributors.
Maestro and Alibi.
No.
So that's fine then. So people who contribute to, I don't know, but they will actually get.
Spotify.
I have no idea, but they actually get paid for the work at least. So that's better than just going, oh, it's for exposure.
Which is playable right now. And if you want to see them
Cool.
in action at the top of their game, tune into the Rainbow Six Siege Pro League.
I
Kicking
will
off
not
on
be
June
doing that,
18th
thank you,
at 5
sir.
p.m. Pacific time. The world's biggest esport teams will be competing for 6 months of intense
6
Rainbow
months?
6 months. That's a.
Fuck me, that's a long time.
competitions.
I could play for about 6 hours, maybe.
Major is just
I
around the
do
corner,
not
hosted
understand how
in
people
Paris
can
this August.
could do it for
The
that
Pro League
long.
Finals will then take us to Brazil in November. Yeah, Brazil. And then the 6th Invitational will once
I could
again
never be an
the
esports person
pinnacle
because I do not
Rainbow
have the
Six,
dedication to play
taking
any
place
game
in
for that
Montreal
length of
in
time to be
February
that
2019.
like psychotically good
Yeah.
at it.
So whether you're
Like one of the
a
few
player
games I
or
have
just a fan of
more than
esports,
100 hours in
there
that's
is no
considered an
better time
esport
to
is
join
Rocket
Rainbow Six
League.
Esports. And with the growth
Even
of
then,
the game,
I'm
the
shit at
community
Rocket
of
League.
esports teams, we wanted to take a moment to
All the games that
reflect
I
on
have
some
lots of
the
hours in, they don't make
potential
esports out of those.
Yeah.
Today, I'm excited to unveil a sneak peek at an
There's no
upcoming
esport for
documentary that is
Hyperdimension
focused on a
Neptunia.
few familiar faces who took their love for Siege to the next level. Without further ado, here's the first look at Another Mindset.
Okay, so there's some more DLC coming out for Rainbow. I could go for that.
That is like the greatest injury to ever happen to me, only because it brought Siege.
Oh.
Wow, it looked real damaging, mate. Just the worst.
Can you reenact that injury for us?
Can
Just
you
fall
reenact
off the
that
skateboard
injury
for
in
us.
the most pathetic way possible?
So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna come back.
Eu recebi sorriso, uma lágrima, uma emoção, riso.
Ah, dear.
de uma
They're doing the same thing that EA did and trying to big up esports, and I just don't care about esports.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, I'm glad that people are enjoying themselves. I just don't personally care for it.
Yeah, great. If you enjoy esports, that's a really like cool thing and positive and good for you. But I don't do it.
I mean, I only just got into speedrunning, but like, I used to not care about that either.
Fair enough. Speedrunning's not really my thing as well. Again, you have to be psychotically good or be one of those people who just finds the glitches.
I just like watching, as long as they're really like a hilarious run. Like if they're a good commentator, like you get some people at STDQ that are just really boring to watch.
Yeah, I think half the time the commentary makes the video. That's what I've always found with YouTube creators. Like,
yes,
it's the personality rather than what's on screen that's more important.
Oh god. That gal with the mic is on a bike.
What the hell? Why? Who? What? What's happening? Isn't that the guy... No, it's not the guy who did the For Honor thing a few years ago. Is it?
I don't know, but it says Trials on his back.
Oh, Trials! I forgot that Ubisoft make the Trials series. This is... I don't understand. I mean, I approve of the music that's being played, but other than that, I'm just concerned. What's happening? Definitely wasn't placed there for him to knock over at all.
Hashtag planned.
Yeah, it's definitely completely.
TV didn't even break.
Yeah.
Trials is all about crashing with style and getting up again. Hello.
And then he gets up with that
accent. Yeah, I gotta say that accent, that voice does not seem to fit that face.
Now
I figured he'd get up and be like, well.
Yeah, well, it's the way he's dressed. That's what's doing that. If he were dressed any other way, I could easily just go for, like, Scottish.
I'm sorry, y'all. I done broke your damn TV.
I know, to be fair, I know a few Scottish people that look like that. So... I am not skilled enough for the Trials series. Do you remember Action Henk from a few years ago?
Yeah.
I played a lot of that. But I'm just terrible at like this kind of precision driving or platforming.
They're fun. It's just I don't
they
really
are
know
fun.
where they're gonna go from.
I don't know what
Trials
else.
Fusion was like extreme Trials. This just looks like it's going back to kind of its roots.
Yeah, I mean that does tend to be what series do. Like they go for their sort of wacky thing, and then they're like, oh, okay, we'll go back to what we did before.
It definitely is kind of fun just to, like, the skill challenges where you just, you know, you keep trying and you really get to master the bike, like the little minutia of the movie.
Oh yeah, there's definitely things to be said for this series. So, you know. An updated, more grounded Trials would definitely be... That's certainly something that's welcome.
But when that game came out, everyone copied it, because there's a Monster Jam game that does it, there's a Hot Wheels game that does it, and there's like 6 different motorbike games that do it.
Alright. Trials Fusion has mixed reception on Steam for some reason.
I think because they had a season pass and then they released an update that wasn't included in that, if I remember correctly.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's like they call it the Awesome Max Edition. And it's like
the problem is that those reviews are never really about the game. It's always about like the news of revolving around the game.
Yeah, a little bit.
Like you look at like the NBA games, it's like mostly negative, and you're like, oh, what's bad about the game? And they're like, microtransactions suck.
I mean, I kind of agree with that. I think, you know,
right, but it's like
there's still part of the game that's worth like reviewing if it impacts your experience.
How are the game mechanics? How are the ball handling? How's the defense?
Yeah,
offense?
they're not everything, but like if you feel that they detract from the experience enough to the point of giving it a negative review, I think that's valid.
It's challenging, but so
right.
rewarding when you overcome something difficult. But I soon realized that a number of players struggled with the harder levels.
Really, some players struggle with hard difficulty.
No way.
I created the University of Trials, a YouTube channel dedicated to mastering.
Oh, he's a YouTuber. Okay.
Now, before I go on, Ubisoft star players, I want you guys to make some
cheap
big
applause
noise right now.
Yeah. Okay. They just
great.
They shoveled a load of people in there to one, pad the numbers, and two, for that.
But when Red Links began work on Trials Rising, they approached me to design and create all of the tutorial content within the game. It has been an amazing experience for me.
I mean, that's quite a good example of sort of getting someone who involved themselves in the community and tried to help people, and then going, hey, you know how to do this thing. Come over and we'll pay you to do the thing.
For the last 2 years.
Yeah, it's cool when developers do that. I personally have been involved with a developer, like I've been a part of their community, and they're like, hey, you want to test our new DLC for us? I'm like, sure.
Yeah. It's like Sonic Mania was designed by, like, the guy was just making fan games before, and they just brought him on because it's like, hey, you're good at this, make a good old-fashioned Sonic game.
He also made the Sonic 2 mobile port.
Oh, did he? I didn't know that.
Yeah, he made that, and he resurrected the one level that they like abandoned for that game.
Oh, sweet. Doing better than anything that Sonic Team have been doing recently.
Yeah, they need to just abandon. They need to get
Sonic Team need to go away now. Sonic Team need to be replaced with new staff because they're not doing a good job.
If you are E3, come to our booth and we'll show what Trials is about. Crashing with style and getting up again. Let's get out.
Okay, that was way too long for a game about riding motorcycles.
Yeah, I have no particular
we're going again.
I think they always do this with Trials, though. I think it's a bigger franchise than some people give it credit for.
It's fun. It's just to me, it's always gonna be like an Xbox Live Arcade game.
Yeah, I see that. Although this one's coming to Switch, so I don't know. I'd quite like to play it on Switch. That'd be quite interesting.
Yeah.
Oh,
I gotta say
fucking hell. Okay, some of these are quite fun.
Some of the levels I'm noticing look like they might have been inspired by previous Ubisoft games.
Sorry, I'm loving these crashes. They're hilarious. Yes, I think they might be. Oh, God, some of these are endlessly entertaining.
Oh,
okay.
jeez.
As someone who's like a bit of a fan of slapstick humor, I enjoyed that greatly.
Yeah, I definitely do love a lot of the times where you'll go through a race perfectly and you'll get to the end and it'll just like explode.
Gunk. Oh, oh well. See, my partner doesn't really like slapstick humor, and we went to see a play. It was called like The Play That Goes Wrong, and it's like a fake play, and it's just done deliberately badly, and it's really funny and slapstick. And my partner wasn't a massive fan of it because she doesn't like slapstick comedy.
And I'm the creative director on Tom Clancy's.
I thought it was hilarious though. It's really good. Oh yes, The Division 2. There we go. We're gonna see some more of it. Hooray!
On Black Friday, a strain of the smallpox virus was released on
I'm not a
dollar
huge
bills
fan
in
of The
New York City.
Division 1 and number 2. I don't care for.
The first one looked so cool, and then every trailer afterwards, it just my hype decreased. And
did it? I don't think it delivered on what it promised.
It did not. That was kind of in Ubisoft's like famous downgrade period, where like they would show off something really cool, and then when it came out, it was like,
yeah, visually downgraded it. We couldn't actually do this, even though you could unlock the visuals in the files, and it worked fine.
Yeah. And like I bought it, and I remember playing like an hour of it, and I was like, this just isn't that good.
Yeah.
And I've gotten it since, and my brother is hardcore into it. Like he's been playing it forever, and he kind of speedrun me through the first few sections of it. But still, it's just like I'm not really into it. I might try this one.
Yeah, maybe. Hopefully it'll be better.
Looks like another pre-rendered trailer.
Yeah, this is Division again, so I'm not surprised.
Yep.
There's quite a nice bit of like additional detail. Like they've made some, like, humanity's made safe havens now.
So this takes place after Division 1.
Yes, this is after the Division 1, and instead of being like all horrible all the time, safe havens have been made.
Okay.
So there's a bit more like community. I should imagine there'll be a more there'll be an enhanced aspect of the whole base thing.
Well, I thought I remember hearing something in the Microsoft briefing about there being an enemy faction called the True Sons.
Oh yeah, okay.
So maybe you're still fighting against other people, but maybe they're trying it, like they're going for some ulterior goal.
Yeah, or maybe they're trying to get rid of the settlements, for instance. We did see a bit of gameplay in the Microsoft conference, though, so it is very similar to the first Division when it comes to actual gameplay.
Yeah, it looked pretty similar. And
yeah, with a few tweaks and everything, but it didn't look overly different.
I'm sure if you're experienced with the first one, you'd notice a lot of differences.
Probably, but I am unfortunately not, so...
Same.
I think we're slightly unqualified to talk about it.
She didn't do nothing. She didn't do nothing.
I didn't do nothing.
There will be consequences. Let's go. Come on. Examples.
Well, you know, at least one of the communities is nice.
Keep still.
Ooh.
Oh, it's the same
That is
paper
a-
aeroplane. Haha.
It's awfully violent.
I mean, you'd kind of expect it to be, really.
So I suppose that's our rival faction there.
It seems that way.
Ooh.
Help!
Well, that little girl was living in the nice part of town. Why would she write help?
Goodness! There must be some sort of plot twist involved, then.
Maybe she wasn't there willingly.
Oh, cool. Someone has made a Spider-Man mask that has, you know, the shutter sort of lens things that they had in the Civil War costume.
Yeah.
They've actually made, like, that. Hands-free and everything. That looks really cool.
The last line of defense
Anyway,
for those civilians.
that's got nothing to do with Ubisoft.
If you fail,
It's bad when the conference is that lackluster when you can just be like, "Ooh, a butterfly."
It's not that it's lackluster, it's just that I don't care about what they're currently talking about.
Yeah.
I'm sure other people do, but not me.
this setting lays the groundwork for a
Ooh, compelling story. I'm glad he mentioned that.
Oh, get your bingo cards out, everyone.
on the lives of civilians. In the Division 2, Washington, D.C. must prepare for the greatest threat it has.
Like a nuclear fallout?
Division Fallout crossover confirmed.
You and your fellow agents will need to bring
Like I'm
your
pretty sure like the end of that is just Liberty Prime coming through.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the
Once agents reach
the whole plague thing was probably the deadliest threat that Washington DC actually had. Gonna be honest.
specialization. It starts with the choice of a signature weapon. Powerful.
What? Okay. Oh, an explosive tipped crossbow. That'd be fun.
Of your equipment.
Grenade launcher. That's boring. Boring standard weapon. And a sniper rifle. Also a boring standard weapon. Give us fun weapons like the explosive tipped crossbow. That sounds interesting.
Exclusive versions of skills.
What?
Specializations enable you to truly complete your own personal playstyle, but also to synergize with other players and take.
Synergize. I hate that word. It's a terrible phrase.
I'm excited to announce that for the first time, 8 players will be able to partner up to face the ultimate.
Oh, so they found MMOs.
Because they're 8 whole players. Wow. No, fuck off. They have just... It's like they worked out what an MMO is.
This time, the Division has raids.
Holy shit. The audience seem a lot more excited about that than we are.
Working on the first game. And with the Division 2,
Well, we don't have an applause sign.
I believe Max the Reliable Source is in there at the moment.
To outline our plans for year 1.
It should be. Like, he's got press pass.
Of course you have.
In the form of episodes.
Oh, fuck off.
New story.
You know, I do have to say, though, with Ubisoft, I do appreciate the fact that they come out before the game is released and just say, these are what our DLCs are, and this is what they're going to be.
The problem is,
they
when
don't
they're
wait
saying...
till, like...
I know, but when they're saying it before the games come out, it just makes me think, oh, well, that means the story's going to be unfinished. Like,
So I don't know about that.
Where's my Division team?
Might not be true, fine, but that's what it makes me think.
Stay tuned
Yeah.
after the Ubisoft
Because, you know, was it stuff that they cut because they couldn't finish it in time, or was it stuff that they cut specifically because they wanted to sell it later?
Yeah.
As you can see,
Like, it might well just be a really nice idea that they have in the future. But
They've got the Beard Brigade outside.
they do. That's... His beard's too straight at the bottom. I don't like that. I like a nice tapered beard.
remember, this
It's kind of pointing one way.
defining moment.
Yes.
Hope for the future.
His compass is off.
lies in you, agents of the Division. Thank you.
Okay, are we done with the Division, please? Oh, no.
Nope, we
Gameplay
got-
footage! Please don't be the same scripted multiplayer gameplay as last night, because I would want to kill myself, because that was terrible. Oh, I don't think it's the same.
What happened to all the other stuff that's around the monument? Like it's literally not just a wasteland around there.
It is now! Yeah, the plague magically destroys buildings as well.
I guess.
Yeah, it just turns them into dust like the people in Avengers Infinity War or something. Okay. I mean...
So, we're getting a cinematic take of what we saw yesterday.
Yeah, it really is, isn't it? I mean, this is literally what we saw yesterday, but in a cinematic form instead of... Why? This is exactly the same thing, just presented differently. I'll still say...
If you look carefully here, you might notice a small detail that you can see here that you might have missed, is that in this game you shoot people with guns.
No way. Goodness gracious. One bit I will say I like is the fact that the armor on the big enemy, like, it deforms as it gets hit. That's quite nice. Oh god,
yeah,
the rabbits are back.
Rayman.
It might be Rayman. Rayman back with the rabbits though. They sort of broke up, didn't they?
Oh, they're bringing stuff out. You got more music.
Oh no, they're bringing out a drum kit and a keyboard and something else.
Ladies and gentlemen, Andrew WK.
Not again. I like Andrew WK, but not again.
Hi, I'm Xavier Manzanares, lead producer.
Lead producer of what?
It's an honor to be back here 1 year after we announced for the first time and released the game.
What game?
It was incredible.
I don't know.
As a team, I just wanted to.
I guess Mario Rabbids, since that's what the.
It might be, yeah. It might be that. Oh yeah, because he's got a Rabid Peach badge on. Right, so we've got guitar, violins, a drum kit, a keyboard.
So we also started a year ago to work on a brand new adventure, and when a brand new hero is.
Oh, is it the DLC that's coming out?
And we love.
So bringing out some story DLC for it.
Well, they had the Donkey Kong DLC announced a while ago.
Yeah, maybe they're bringing out some more of it.
And what better with music than with Grant Kirkhope, our composer, and the band
Critical Hits.
So please,
they are the kid-friendly Slipknot.
Thank you.
Okay, well, I don't know why they're doing this.
No one will be seated during the band portion of the segment.
Yeah, I've never heard of Critical Hit. They might be amazing, but I don't know who they are.
Changes every day, every second.
The only band segment I ever thought was cool was when Sega did their it was like Sonic 50th anniversary or something, and they had Crush 40 come out and play.
No, I hated that. That was the cringiest thing in the world.
Oh, see, I love Crush 40.
Fair enough, but I felt that section was just
cheesy, but
I just like when he put the audience, like he gave the guy in the audience a microphone, and I was just like,
oh
yeah.
Fun fact: the vocalist of that band is actually the vocalist of another band, Axel Rudy Pell.
Oh, okay.
And it's amazing.
I don't see why this needed to be done live, to be honest.
Well, they saw Sony do it last year, and they're like, we could do the same thing.
What did Sony do it with?
Sony had the live orchestra, where they did the live score for God of War. Or no, that was 2 years ago, I'm sorry.
Oh, did they? Oh, I missed that.
Last year was where they hung people.
What?
They had no. Last year was where they did Days Gone, and then they had zombies hanging from the ceiling.
Oh, okay.
People hanging from their feet for no reason. But no, 2 years ago they had a live orchestra playing, which was really cool. They like had people coming out to classical music instead of like the dubstep that they usually do. And then when I think it was the God of War trailer that they opened with, they actually played the score live.
Oh, that's quite cool. To be fair, the God of War score is actually pretty damn good, so yeah.
Oh yeah. If the guitarist was like 2 feet shorter, she'd be the guitarist from Nightwish. You've got the power stance for it.
I forget how, like, yeah. I love the bassist from Nightwish. He's just...
Oh, Marco's so great. My beard, like, tries to grow out the way that his is, and
I know, he's got it sort of, like, 2 spikes of beard. I'm like, how the fuck have you... I don't even think he plats it. I think it's just grown like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's really cool. You made me want to listen to Nightwish now. I just want to... I want to... fuck this noise. Let's just go and listen to Nightwish. Favourite Nightwish singer? Since they're just doing this. Let's go off topic.
I kind of enjoy all of them.
I enjoy all of them as well. I know a lot of people are like really sort of elitist about preferring Tarja, and I'm like, yeah, she's good, but so are the other 2.
I think they've done a great job about fitting their music to each singer.
Yeah.
Because I think if they sing other people's songs, like if Annette sings Tarja's songs, they don't sound right.
No. I think Floor's got quite a good sort of balance between both styles as well, because I remember I went to see Nightwish after she joined, but before they released an album, and she could nail both, like, songs from both of them. Really, like, she's got a really good singing style for both of them.
I will say this, though, I am glad that she's kind of not that great looking, because that way the keyboardist won't try to nail her, and they won't have to fire her.
Fair enough.
Because it seems like that is their problem with female vocalists, is that the keyboardist keeps trying to hook up with them and then they have to fire them.
Is that what keeps happening? I
have a theory. We'll talk about that later.
I don't think that's happening.
I have a very good theory.
I feel like both of them would, like, both the vocalists would have said something by now if that had have happened.
Now what do we got here?
Serious music, ships. Ubisoft don't publish Sea of Thieves, do they? No, that's rare. Ubisoft Singapore? They have a Singapore studio?
Piracy is dead. Apparently you haven't seen Pirate Bay.
Does that site still exist? Does that still work?
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Smooth.
Burning our seas from shore to shore.
Well, I thought piracy was dead.
And then burn it. And how can you burn the seas? That seems.
There was no way the Empire could win this game.
Well, Adele can set fire to the rain.
And then watch flaming rain touch people's faces very impassively.
This is that skull. Oh, I forget the name of this. Skull and Bones.
I don't know. Why have piracy games? Why have pirate games come back into fashion out of nowhere?
I think everybody was trying to race to see who could get the first one out.
Well, they saw Black Flag and then just took a few years to catch on for some reason. There again, though, Black Flag made by Ubisoft, so this might be quite good because it's the same. It might not be the same people, but Ubisoft have experience with making good pirate games.
Yeah.
The best didn't trust anybody. The philosophy of the day was more.
At least they're not doing the stereotypical pirate accent as well, because that was a thing that was invented in the 30s for Treasure Island.
Right.
It wasn't a thing before then. That's what popularized it.
Well, we thought we were.
Sci-fi pirates.
Oh my god, Ailstorm.
Yes.
Just fully integrate Ailstorm.
Oh, they had like an album that's half concept where they went back in time to the Viking times.
Yes, we need Vikings, we need ninjas.
That would be pretty fun. And Ailstorm doing the soundtrack, of course.
Exactly. Skull and Bones, yeah.
Okay,
I knew it was something.
I didn't actually know that that was a thing until today, so there we go. I've learned something new.
In the world of Skull and Bones, there are soulless empires. There are greedy trading companies, and of course, ruthless pirate games sailing the seas.
Ruthless Pirate Games.
There are no more heroes?
Hello, my name is Justin Farron, Creative Director at Ubisoft Singapore. And for the past year,
You don't sound very Singaporean, I'm going to be perfectly honest, mate.
To invite you, our fans, to join the hunt here at E3 2018.
I think he might have expected a woo or something there, and he didn't get it.
So your next big score? The Indian Ocean, home to the richest trade routes in the world, where merchant ships carry cargo worth over $10 billion a year.
No. Adjusted for inflation, maybe. Not back then. Also, what time is it in America at the moment? They're not allowed to say fuck at the moment, are they?
Well, this isn't broadcast on TV, so it doesn't have the same
Oh,
rules.
yeah, it doesn't, does it?
Treasure will help you claw your way to the top, to become the pirate that no empire can take down.
The Sultana?
You must know your hunting
That's a
grounds.
type of dried grape.
An evolving
Why would you
world
call
is
your ship
reflected
that?
in what we call fortunes, presented to you by Taljeed, the fortune teller. Now, fortunes reveal changes.
Cataclysm doesn't sound like a good fortune.
Trade routes themselves. Today, Taljeed reveals favorable winds. That means more merchants to rob, but also more competition.
Okay, so is this...
Now I'm proud
This
to
is
share with you the essence of
part of the
Skull and
whole
Bones,
live
a
service
shared
thing. This is
world
going to change
where
every
every
day.
player in town
Okay,
matters.
shared world.
Will you fight, or will you ally?
It's an online
This
pirate
is what
game.
we
I'd
call
rather
the
have a...
hunting grounds. All right, pirates.
Hopefully we have the
Battle
option.
Royale?
Head to the hideout. Have a great E3.
I hope there's an option for single player for that, because, you know, I like a single player pirate game, and I don't really care for multiplayer particularly. That's just me. I thought it was like gameplay footage. That, well, looks like in-engine stuff.
Everything you need for your next strike.
Well designed, actually. This bit, this port that they've done.
Oh yeah,
that's a really nice visual design they've done there. Very good sort of thematic stuff as well.
Next, choose the right crew and
Oh, you can customize your ship. That's cool.
Oh, that's cool. They did that in Black Flag, but not as much as that. That's quite cool.
Now,
I just
will your
worry
crew
about
sing songs.
the way they're doing this. I just worry about if they're going to put microtransactions in, and if so, how.
Oh, you know it with Ubisoft.
Yeah. Jim Sterling tweeted, "You're going to take every fucking coin, perfectly simulating the life of every game publisher."
According to your intel, the convoy is sailing past a port.
It also seems a bit ironic that they say that, and it's Ubisoft with a game like this.
That fort is too strong
Yeah.
to simply sail past. Its cannons can blast you out of the water. You need to find a way to sneak by before the convoy slips away.
Captain!
Now, I wonder if you're going to have the ability to, like, actually have your flag down. Like, there you go.
Yeah, that's
just doing it.
Nice. Okay. That's quite a nice little element they've put in there. That's interesting.
Creep past the fort.
Captain, if we engage, they will see it through our guys.
It's quite intense, all the moving parts on that ship, like all the people and things.
Yeah, I wonder how well or how much of that will translate by the time the game comes out.
Right.
I mean, again, this is Ubisoft, so...
Yes.
Plot the optimal course for an intercept. Rigging your sails for speed. You want to catch your victim off guard.
Okay. There is a lot of interesting mechanics going on in this, so it does look promising, and it's certainly...
Is this only going to be a ship sailing? Or is
Yeah.
there going to be any sort of ground combat?
I don't know. It looks to me, though, like they've taken a lot of the lessons from Black Flag and rolled with it and made improvements.
Oh, I thought that red circle in the water was blood. I'm like, that's some really evil
I'm gonna
blood.
say they've got some hemophiliacs there. Yeah, this is... Yeah, it looks like they've just made another Black Flag and improved it. I'm not complaining, because that's good.
Legendary chests. Oh god, there's
oh,
the loot boxes.
Oh no. Oh no. Please tell me those loot boxes can't be bought. But yeah, I think otherwise, because I remember a lot of people complained about the actual Assassin's Creed element of Black Flag. So
yeah,
to have this game without the Assassin's Creed bit would be quite good.
Attack has alerted a powerful Portuguese warship. At the helm is a Commodore, too tough to handle on your own. Even worse, you could lose your loot.
Got like a roguelike element to it.
Ah, okay, cool. That would be definitely... That's definitely a good idea. Not to just be like, oh, you'll just respawn at your last checkpoint. It's like, no, if your ship gets fucked, then you're gonna have to start again at some level.
So they are incorporating a bit of Sea of Thieves into this.
Yeah, yeah.
Using a coordinated battle plan.
I know a lot of people had interesting things to say about Sea of Thieves, and not a lot of them were very good.
Well, there's not much you can say about a game that really isn't there.
Yeah.
That's why I find the announcement of DLC funny for it. It's not really DLC, it's just sort of C.
Yeah. Yeah, because you just arrived on an island that had the odd chest and basically nothing from what I've seen of it. It just launched and I just looked at some stuff of it and I was just like, wow, this looks utterly boring and uninteresting.
Your allies maneuver for position. The Royal Fortune acts as a tank, drawing the Commodore's fire. It unleashes its special ability, Siege Mode. Once anchored, it can fire.
Some intense commentary here. Are they trying to make this into an esport too?
Yeah. Turn everything into an esport.
Powerful cannon. Its
there you
special
go.
ability delivers 8 shots in a single blast, increasing the odds for a critical hit.
Okay. I like how each ship though has special abilities though. That's quite an interesting little thing. It's a good way of making your ship feel unique.
It's up to you to land the killing.
So all this really makes me want is another Skies of Arcadia, so I can do this in the air.
Wow. that's going back.
Oh yeah.
How did that not kill them? But okay.
Is one.
Cool. That looks interesting. I just hope they don't fuck it up with shitty business practices.
For there is no honor among thieves.
See, now all of our friends just help us.
Oh, now they're gonna shoot each other to death. Great.
This is Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah. It's like GTA Online. Oh god.
Yeah, we finished the heist. Good job. Now shoot everybody.
I hate GTA Online. It's the worst thing. I love GTA 5, but the online is just hot garbage.
Alright, what else you got for us, Ubi? Ooh, those are some colors.
That is some colors. Watch Dogs?
Yeah, that's
what I'm thinking from the style, yeah.
To the digital space.
This is looking very Watch Dogs right now.
We're completely safe.
Transference.
I don't
Wasn't
know
that
what
a
that
movie with Johnny Depp?
I don't know what this is. Why the fuck is Elijah Wood on stage? What the hell?
My name is Elijah Wood, co-founder of SpectreVision.
Your name is Elijah Wood. No, I would never have guessed.
And the opportunity to partner with Ubisoft was something we had to be a part of.
And my name is Benoit Shea, game director on Transference.
They pull back for the shot of him. There you go.
Together, we combine the storytelling techniques of film
Oh wow.
with interactivity.
Do you remember in the original Iron Man, Jeff Bridges' character? Reminds me of him.
Yeah.
With a dark and unsettling narrative.
Have you ever dreamed of entering
Nice
someone else's
sculpted beard, though.
consciousness?
Why are we
Exploring their
critiquing
darkest
people's
thoughts
beards
and
today?
most intimate secrets? In
Just lots of
Transference,
beards in the Ubi show.
with
To
Transference,
be
we're
fair,
bringing
beards are more the in
a-
thing at the
Transference, we're
moment.
bringing a first-person
In men's
exploration
fashion.
These
into a
guys are.
chilling new dimension.
They're talking about controlling a movie. Is this Quantic Dream?
You must go down to search for clues, solve puzzles while shifting
I don't know
between
if
the
they know that
perspectives
exists
of each
already.
family member an attempt to piece
And
together
Detroit was
the
actually
mystery.
really good.
This fall in VR
Ooh,
and on traditional
wow, I think your
platforms,
opinion might be a
we
bit
welcome you to
contrarian.
uncover the
I think a
secrets
lot of
hiding
people
in this
didn't really like
mind-bending
it.
psychological thriller that will leave you
Yeah, I
with
watched a
haunting
stream of
memories
almost an
long
entire
after you put
playthrough, and
down
I thought
the
it was
controller.
fantastic.
This is
I think maybe a lot of people's criticism was the gameplay, as it tends to be with David Cage games. So maybe watching it is a very different experience to playing it. Yeah.
Oh, it's Jack Black.
That might be Jack Black. That is definitely Jack Black.
Just hold still.
Don't believe his lies.
Okay. Is this a survival horror? A technological survival horror.
I know this rig's a bit cumbersome, but that's always the way with these new prototypes, huh?
Oh, that's not creepy at all.
Okay.
All you have to do is just...
Or maybe that isn't Jack Black. I don't know.
I know things haven't been so great lately, okay? I do. I've been a lousy father, huh?
Unable.
Lousy husband, too.
You should go to sleep.
You've seen how rotten that's gotten, huh?
And yeah, it doesn't look great. There's a lot of blood on the walls.
We're all gonna be together. All of our hard work, reverse the process. All of our sacrifices.
Yeah, you're really selling it, mate. You're making me really feel like you mean what you say.
This looks like a lot of people on Twitch are saying Observer, the stuff from Goober Studio.
Oh, okay.
Why are you doing this?
I love you.
This definitely looks like something they could have done.
I like this theme though for a horror game because it doesn't happen very often. Like most horror games are just sort of like, oh, you're in a grimy place and you have amnesia, and there's like there's never any sort of technological based horror, especially in video games. So I quite like that.
I think PT got to change that for a lot of things.
A little bit, yeah.
So long.
What the fuck is this?
We will sacrifice the world of Atlas to the harvest.
I don't know what this is. I feel like I should know.
Let's get out there.
Oh, this is that, it's that Switch game that you build your own ship. I forget what it's called.
Ooh. Well, that's piqued my interest. I'm very much a fan of building my own ships.
Yeah, it's like a Toys to Life game where you have an actual
Oh,
ship.
yeah. I remember now. I don't remember when they announced this, but I remember it existing. It's like Skylanders, isn't it? But
yeah, kind of.
It's a cross between Skylanders and Lego.
Yes.
I mean, the problem I have with this is it's basically just
The more of us there are, the
they've
stronger each of us
excused
is.
putting microtransactions in it because they're going, oh well, you're getting a physical thing.
Must feed my legion.
So I don't know.
I mean, I tried Disney Infinity, and I kind of liked it. Like I went to GameStop, and for like $10, I got like.
I can say I got
30
like
figures,
I managed to find it for like managed to find the base game for like a $5 somewhere. And I was just like,
yeah,
ooh, okay, I'll take it for
just
that.
get all the ones that nobody wants.
Yeah.
And it was fun for a little bit, but it was a lot of busy work. There's like there's no end to the game. It's like a mobile game pretty much.
Yeah. I think with this I will reserve my opinions on it until I see the price of the things that are coming out, like the ships.
Hello everyone.
Because if they're not that expensive, I don't know if I'd mind that much. But if they are, like, if you're paying like £5 a time for it, then I don't know.
And showed you how players
1 second, I'll be right back.
Oh, go for it.
To adapt to any challenge.
Hey, I've got
to
to make commentary on my own.
The depth of the open world that we've built and put the game directly into your hands. We're going to take you on a journey 400 light years away from Earth to the Atlas
But I
star
don't
system.
want to go 400 light years
Discover
away.
exotic planets, meet fascinating local factions, and forge your alliance. Upgrade your pilots, starships, and gear, and unleash devastating combos to save Atlas.
It's all well and good saying that, but how much is it going to fucking
The
cost?
mission will not be easy. Atlas is a dangerous place. and our heroes will need all the help they can get.
Wouldn't it just be easier to leave? I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm an idiot. Oh well. Oh well, hopefully this is some nice gameplay that we'll get to see.
Could use a little help here.
Pre-rendered bullshit. Pre-rendered bullshit. Pre-rendered bullshit. Come on, just show me actual gameplay. I don't care about your pre-rendered crap.
Let's rock and roll, boys.
Really? Okay, they put Star Fox in it. Of course they have. Okay. Fabulous. I'll bet it's a pre-order exclusive. Great. Oh,
do a barrel roll.
Yeah, why have they put Star Fox in it?
Because it's on Nintendo.
But
what I was gonna say before I got my phone call though, if you really want to sell a game like this with the buying the toys and things, do a Zoids one. Bring Zoids back.
It is an honor to.
There's Eves. I was wondering where my boy was at.
Isn't it, Laurent?
Oh, they're bringing us. They're having a new Zoids anime.
There's watch.
Wait,
what?
That wasn't just me then. That's all right.
Oh,
the stream bugged out. Okay.
I thought it was like, oh, there's our Watch Dogs.
I'll never forget that.
They're copying Microsoft with the glitch out.
That was quite cool. I enjoyed that with the Microsoft one.
And this stream
Yeah,
was only
especially since I don't think anybody thought that they would get that announcement.
Yeah, exactly.
We can't wait to play Fox on the Nintendo Switch.
Well, you might want to pronounce that a little bit clearer. Fucking hell.
To a dear friend
We can't wait to play Fox.
with us in the audience today. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Miyamoto.
Oh.
Oh, hello. Okay. Wow. Holy shit. What a way to get some good press. That's certainly a way to do it.
That is nuts.
So I know you were coming today, so I came with a gift. You know, it's the first prototype of the vessel.
Oh wow.
That you
Oh, what the hell? They're just doing a really good PR thing. Why? Good.
Super. So thank you very much. So it is actually a vessel that has been created by the team.
So it looks different than the actual.
Yeah, so I think
they've
they've
like
sort of. Yeah, they've redesigned it to fit in with the game style, maybe. That is actually quite adorable. I like that. I like that moment.
Well, I like that Nintendo's kind of crawling in bed with Ubisoft here. Get more games on the Switch from them.
Yeah, they needed it. Like with the Wii U, they had almost no third-party support, and that's one of the reasons it died. So having a lot of support for the Switch with this, like from Ubisoft, will definitely help it in the next few years.
Right. They've got Ubisoft. They've got Bethesda around.
Yeah, yeah.
With Star Fox as an exclusive Nintendo Switch experience.
As much as I hate to say it, if only they could get EA on board, because I really miss my sports games.
I disagree. Well, they do have some of them on there, just not a lot of them. And the ones that are on there
are on PC, so I'm fine with that.
Check out StarringGame.com to pre-order the game right after the conference.
That's a
Thank
no.
you so much for being here today, and
I will not be pre-ordering your game. I will not pre-order any game unless I am particularly excited for it for no particular reason. And the last game I pre-ordered was Planet Coaster. But that's because I'd already seen gameplay of Planet Coaster and I knew it would be good.
Well, here's For Honor.
Is it? Or is that just like a compilation for Ubisoft? Oh wow, okay, they're actually doing something for For Honor. Well, I thought this game was dead.
Streamers, cosplayers.
I'm surprised it didn't bring back the really cool guy from the last couple of years, who was like the For Honor spokesman.
Yeah.
Indeed. Hello, I'm Roman Campos Soyola, Creative Director. Whether it be upgraded stability with the dedicated servers, release of heroes, constant balancing...
No. See, watch the Battlefront 2 the guy, and that's what you need to do.
And commitment. You've helped us enrich
helped
the
us.
experience.
No.
Thank you.
I don't think many people have helped you, mate. There's not a lot of For Honor players in the world, I'll be perfectly frank.
But actions...
I've got a fun game for you. Whenever they show the crowd, count how many girls you can spot without colored hair.
We are inviting new players to join.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with girls with coloured hair.
Played For Honor yet?
Something I noticed the last time they showed it. I'm like, what?
Today, and until next Monday, we are giving away the PC Starter Edition on Uplay. Download it this week on PC, and it's yours.
Oh, I don't even know if I want it for free.
I don't know, I'd get it for free. I don't understand. What is the starter edition then? Is that just the game without any DLC?
That's not
well, it's probably like what they did with Rainbow Six. It's probably like the base game with like one of each faction.
Okay. That might work.
Because that's what Rainbow Six Siege did. You got a base game and you had like one of each of the one of each type of operator.
Okay. Can you unlock everything like in Siege without having to pay anything?
Yeah, you earn currency just like a free-to-play game.
Okay,
but it's obviously it's a really slow grind.
Yeah.
Women's! Turn it up!
Oh my god! There's women's in the video games! This is unacceptable!
There weren't women in the medieval ages, I can prove it.
There's no documented evidence of women in battles. Ever. Oh god, I hate the internet. I hate people sometimes.
I love them. It's where you get your best stuff from.
It's where I get my biggest amount of salt from. And, you know, I don't always enjoy being salty. You know, I'd like to be positive sometimes.
Yeah, the doctors did say my salt intake was quite high, but I said, I'm sorry, I can't get off Reddit.
Ah!
People are cheering, and I don't know why.
I don't know what they're cheering. Are they just cheering new heroes? Like new classes?
Is there a new faction?
If it is, I'm not aware enough of it.
Well, you had like Vikings and
There's a Viking, a samurai, and a knight, yeah. So these might be different. I honestly don't know.
Marching Fire.
The fact that they called it Marching Fire and didn't launch it in March is depressing.
After the great cataclysm that brought knights, Vikings, and samurai to fight, civil war consumed China. Warriors of the Wulin factions fought each other. But
okay, so they are actually new heroes. That's not just cheering for no reason.
Four warriors of the
Well, it's nice that they're sticking with it, I guess. They didn't just abandon
it's impressive commitment, but I don't know whether or not it's misguided.
Single-player content yet to be revealed. The Marching Fire update is our biggest and most ambitious addition so far. But this
there's
update
more.
Would not be complete without answering a huge request from our community. A new 4v4 multiplayer mode fulfilling the classic medieval fantasy.
Was there not a 4-player multiplayer before?
The Castle Siege.
So I see. Right, so it's a multiplayer mode.
I know nothing about this game, so I can't be like, oh, that's what we always wanted.
No. That's quite interesting to have a castle, like a siege kind of thing. Like that's I'm surprised they didn't have that
Siege
already.
in every single one of their conferences.
Yeah. But yeah, I think like an old style Siege thing is definitely an interesting addition. That's a lot of different things they could do with that, so that's quite cool. Like that, for instance.
Like the original idea of it just being like a one-on-one, like almost like a Soul Calibur sim.
Yeah, I like that, but I also like the fact that it can be, like, it has the potential to be a really sort of dynamic thing, and like evolve into there's like loads of different ways a match can go. Like
I guess I'll have to download the free one and try it out.
Yeah, I might do that. You know, just to see. Yeah, because I've not played it and I don't know. Like, I never heard brilliant things when it came out, but if they're gonna keep supporting it, then I might do.
Even when it's been like $10, I was like, I don't know if I even want to pay $10 for it.
But you know, if it's free this week, you know, I'll take anything if it's free. You know,
see if it's updated right now.
To be fair, I might just add it.
He's already up there.
All right. To be fair, I might just add it to the Uplay account and then leave it alone entirely.
They already have the collector's edition of Assassin's Creed Odyssey available for purchase.
Of course they do.
The Pantheon edition. This crew?
Probably. Yeah. I'd be surprised if they had another racing game.
Hi everyone, I'm Indose, brand director on The Crew 2. In just
Hello,
a few
Delphine.
Days, freedom will be
Freedom
yours.
is already mine. I'm American.
Freedom to get your hands on your dream car, bike.
Well, you say that.
Unleash your passion for motorsports all across the United States.
I don't need no French woman to tell me when I'm free.
Releases on June 29th, and we are very happy to announce that the open beta will be available on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC on June 21st. But there's more. You can preload the open beta right now, so you'll be ready to hit the road as soon as it starts.
So wait, what? The beta starts June 21st?
Welcome to The Crew 2.
Yes?
Doesn't the game launch June 21st?
That's a good question.
I mean, I'd like to play it again just because I'm probably not going to be able to buy it to the crew now because of medical bills. So I'd like to be able to play the closed beta.
You talk about freedom and then you have health insurance and medical bills. Oh, America.
Yeah.
Okay, so June 23rd or whatever it said was the beta. The release date is June 29th.
Oh, okay. At least they give us ample preload time, because the last time there was like, yeah, you get like a day to preload it.
Oh god, yeah, if you've got bad internet, that's just appalling.
I do.
Oh.
I think mine finally downloaded like the second day of the beta, but luckily I had gotten somebody to switch me at work, so I was able to actually go in. Or I worked that morning and went home, and then I was able to play it.
Yeah. What kind of speed does your internet download a game at then?
Well, Steam I can get like between 2 and 4 megabytes down sometimes, but for some reason Ubisoft Uplay.
Uplay service don't play game with you.
Yeah. Uplay always limits it.
Alright. That's always fun. And to be fair, I know a lot of people struggle with PSN sometimes. I mean, mine seems to do okay at my house, but PSN can be notoriously shit.
Well.
Yeah, I know it's not as fast as it could be. It took quite a while to download Unravel 2 yesterday.
The game that everyone saw coming.
Yeah. Jim Sterling tweet, ooh, my crew transactions too. Haha.
If he's sentenced to die. Tell me, Nikolaos.
Nikolaos is not a Greek name, surely.
Pretty sure this is the plot of the movie 300.
I mean, I know they've got Spartans in it.
Where we begin does not define.
I'm gonna
that is
say
at least assassin-looking assassin.
Yeah, maybe that's half the point though.
Before you,
I'm gonna guess that the main, like, you know, they always have like a historical figure in these games. Yeah. It's gonna be either Aristotle, or they're gonna go weird and go Hercules.
You think they go mythological?
Yeah, I mean, I think Hercules is semi-mythological. I don't know how, like, how much of that tale is based on what actually happened, or.
You carry the blade.
That's a weird ass spear that can do that.
Act like it.
Okay, they're going full bullshit weapons with some of this stuff.
Holy crap, that map is huge.
Oh, that is, yeah, that's a nice looking map.
Across the mountains and the seas. Remember.
Again though, it needs enough detail.
With you.
Yeah. Density is key.
Yeah. I'm liking the statues in it, mostly because I'm quite a fan of Greek myth. So I know what they all are.
Huge statues are cool.
Yeah. There's things like that are really like nice details in the world. So it's like that's probably what they would have made a lot of. Like the Poseidon statue on the right there.
Yeah. It really bothers me though that he doesn't look like an assassin. He just looks like like a character from any other game that's
He just
set in
looks
Rome.
like, yeah, he looks like, hey, think of a Greco-Roman person. There you go. That's what they look like.
Like there was a hack and slash action game a while back, the Argonauts. There was like Argo or something.
Oh yeah.
And he looks like from that game.
Really? Oh. That's a shame, because Jason and the Argonauts would be a really good, like, myth tale to base a game on, but oh well.
It was an okay game. It was pretty average.
Oh, that's a shame.
But it was also a time of war. A devastating conflict between Sparta and Athens, the Peloponnesian War.
Will we get to meet Odysseus?
And change the course of history. In this world of
or
contrasts
Achilles or any of those people.
This land shaped by the gods.
Possible.
Rages a battle between order and chaos.
Or Plato, maybe?
Is where
Socrates?
Your begins. You, a simple mercenary, an outcast, to take on an incredible quest to save your loved ones and become the legendary Greek hero.
What year did they say again that it was set in?
Our teams in Quebec
I don't know if they said.
The world
I thought they said 4 something BC.
Putting all their energy, passion, and dedication into this project. We have continued to transform Assassin's Creed into an epic RPG experience. An RPG in which you will not just play an Odyssey, but your Odyssey, shaped by your actions and choices.
Okay, so there's player choice, like, your choices will matter things.
Ooh.
Oh, choose your character. Okay, fine, there's 2
play
characters. You can play as a lady! We don't want to play as a lady in the games.
There were no women in Greece.
Yeah, only half the tales were about women.
And you play that character for the entire game.
Okay, that's quite cool, because I think, like, was it Syndicate?
Yeah.
Like, you couldn't just switch between them, you had to play as one or the other at certain points of the game.
I think so. I think, like, they each had their own specific missions.
Oh, that's a bit rubbish. Whereas this is more interesting to just go, hey, there's new characters.
My father's spear holds a certain burden, but you're ready. Think of Leonidas. He had great courage.
Okay,
he made a great sacrifice.
So Spartan?
His blood
Are you going to be a Spartan in this?
The broken spear of Leonidas gives you access to powerful ranged, combat, and stealth abilities that you can unleash on your enemies.
He kicked them with the spear.
I just find it weird how they just cut back to him to explain that, and then they've cut away again.
Can I walk through wheat fields and touch the wheat?
The fields of wheat. You're like Theresa May. I don't know how well that joke translates. I don't know if that made it over to the pond.
And for the first time, we have deeply changed the way we tell stories in Assassin's Creed. You can now truly interact with history
Truly interact.
like never before.
So there's Socrates.
Maybe. Okay, so it's Socrates that's they're going to be then.
Well, can I kill Socrates? Because that'd be future interaction.
The rebel had guards.
Socrates was... I think it was him that was sentenced to death for some sort of... for some sort of, like, treason, heretic crime.
I wasn't even thinking about him, to be honest.
And what of the rebel?
He should be halfway to Mykonos by now.
Oh, really? You let that lunatic run loose? Are you sure that was wise?
Okay,
I'm not
well...
sure approaching you was wise.
Our choices are like ripples on water. They seem tiny and insignificant at the beginning.
Oh, isn't it funny how they use that bit there to demonstrate that? Haha. Yeah, I think it's interesting to see where they're going to go with this. Like, I hope it's...
And for you at home,
it's definitely not going to be on the level of Dying Light 2, for sure.
Yeah. I hope it's got, like, proper branching paths and not just, like, two endings based on, oh, you did good things, oh, you did bad things.
Pick the green ending. 431 BC.
431. Okay, I believe that Plato was around at that time.
Sailing.
Oh no, not born yet. No, 428 he was born, so it's just before his time. But he was a student of Socrates, so Socrates might be around.
Not if I kill him.
It kills Socrates and whatever else. Okay. Wow, that is...
we have a falcon again.
Okay, that's cool. This is really, like, a really pretty world they've made here so far. Like this little bit here.
Oh yeah, the setting is amazing.
Ooh, that's pretty. Ooh, I like that.
Beautiful island.
Okay.
I think my graphics card is heating up.
Really?
Like, I can run Origins on almost all max settings.
I don't know if I'd manage this.
Decent, but yeah. Well, Ubisoft tends to future-proof their games pretty well.
Yeah.
They've been getting better at it, but...
Read me the note again.
Yeah.
Eagle-bearing Mystios. That's you. We are a small but fierce group of rebels who'd pay you handsomely to help us overthrow our Athenian oppressors. A warrior named Diocles fights with them. None who face him survive. Please, Mystios.
To be honest, I might actually get this one just because I'm interested in the time period and the stuff around it. So I don't know.
What did your informant tell you?
Also, I wonder if they're doing, like, the future narrative still. I wonder if they're actually keep going on that or if they've given up.
Usually it's pretty light-handed, like you get a couple scenes where you're just walking around the Abstergo office.
Right, was there any in Origins?
I think it was still just like that really light.
Okay, to be fair, I think they've kind of realised that everyone hated the future narrative anyway.
I thought the contrary. I thought everybody wanted to see that resolved. Like, people wanted Assassin Desmond.
Did they? Okay, I always thought
for the longest time, I thought people wanted that game where you were playing as Assassin Desmond in a sort of future environment.
I always kind of feel that... Yeah, I always kind of feel that people... Like, the general impression of Desmond was that he was the most boring person in the world and didn't do much or need to be there.
The strength of the series is that it brings you to these historical locations.
Yeah, definitely.
It just, I feel like they've definitely wasted some of the best locations on some of the mobile games, though.
Yeah.
Or not the mobile games, the Chronicles side-scrollers.
Yeah, because they had some good Chinese ones, didn't they?
Yeah, there was like China and I think Siberia. in India. Like, India would be fantastic.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, there's a lot of good places they could go. Maybe I'd like to see them go to Japan at some point.
Oh, me too.
That would be fun.
You'll see in the Pocket Edition once it gets uploaded, and I'll apologize now, but I was kind of hating on the UK reveal for Forza Horizon.
Any particular reason?
Just because I wanted it to go to Japan.
I like. To be fair, we were having quite a bit of fun ripping on it yesterday, like the UK setting.
Yeah, well, my point was that if it was just the plain old UK, I figured it was going to be kind of boring, but the fact that they brought seasons in means that it's going to be good.
Yeah, no, the seasons are really sort of like a nice, interesting addition. I like the way they look as well. They look real good.
Look at the draw distance in this.
Yeah, it's good draw distance. There's no discernible pop in either. Like you can see the texture sort of gradually smoothing, but they're not.
Yeah.
There doesn't seem to be any particular pop in, which is quite nice.
Was right.
Makes a nice change.
Made themselves right at home.
I think a lot of the big games have got better in recent times of getting rid of pop-in because they've realised that these massive open worlds kind of need to avoid that.
What do you want with her?
Right. You go back and play something like the original 2 Worlds, and you'll be running through a forest and trees will be appearing like right before.
Yeah, like you're playing some of the older GTAs and it's like you're driving really fast and the world's just barely loading in around you.
Oh, it's always good fun.
Help us free Mykonos from their grasp, and you'll have more drachmi than you can carry.
This might, to be honest, be the end of Ubisoft's show. I think this might be their sort of wrap-up at this point.
I figured they would end it on Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good time to end it. Like, it's an hour and a half. That seems to be the sort of standard length of all the conferences.
Fights with the fury of Ares.
Join us in battle.
I mean, I am kind of disappointed that we didn't get a Watch Dogs 3. If
Yeah,
they don't say
I feel like they
anything
could.
towards
I feel like they should. I feel like if they waited until next year, that would be a sort of sensible amount of time between the two, between 2 and 3.
But we're going back to an Assassin's Creed 2 years in a row. We didn't have a Watch Dogs last year.
Maybe they should end up going the Call of Duty route and having more than one team working on Assassin's Creed games. So that each team has like 2 or 3 years to make their game.
Ooh, this
fight
looks massive. What's
yeah.
going on here?
That's some nice sort of visceral combat as well. They've sort of amped that up a little bit. Diocles, that's a name that sounds very familiar. Someone needs to get better at playing this game.
Well, I like when they do that.
I like when they're not doing it flawlessly. They're actually getting hit.
Yeah, they didn't script this out.
Yeah. Where the fuck was she hiding that before?
Ooh.
Yeah, I like that because that's a really good representation of that. Like that feels very accurate. It's not just like a light. It's not like a thing that's made of polystyrene. Like that feels like it's got weight to it.
Right. I wonder if the male and female characters will have different animations too.
Hopefully.
Because that's one thing that I really wish that games would do more, is just focus on more, like, if you're playing as a female character, to play more to a woman's strengths of being lightweight and quicker.
Yeah.
And, you know, I feel like that'd be more interesting than just having a female character just whooping on guys like she's strong.
They're putting a Minotaur in this, okay. Right.
Ooh,
so they're not going complete historical accuracy then. October 5th, that's surprisingly soon. I was expecting more November release. Okay.
November's kind of crowded.
Yeah, it is at the moment, but still. Anyway, seems like we're at the end. That's a weird song to put on, but okay. still, I think overall that was a decent showing from Ubisoft.
And thank you for joining us. And thanks to everyone watching from home. To our teams, it's an honor to work with some of the best in the world. Congratulations on a great show.
The Trials guy's still got a his helmet on, and he's got a GoPro. Why is he holding a GoPro? I don't understand.
Good. I am an optimistic guy, and I am particularly excited about the future of technology and the positive role games will play in shaping our society. To create these games,
okay, that's an interesting message to be going on.
You, the gamers.
Yeah.
Because
well, apparently we need to create some of your games for you.
Everything gets better. So have a great history. Thank you very much.
Okay, I think, you know, overall, that was quite strong. That's just
yeah, that was.
Yeah, that was good. I enjoyed that mostly.
I think that would probably have to be in my top 3 of the shows that I've seen so far.
I think so too at the moment.
I think probably it's probably going to go Microsoft, Bethesda, Ubisoft.
I'm putting Devolver at the top, but depends on whether or not you count that as a conference.
Oh, I really don't. I mean, they announced some games, but like you said, it's more of this take of than anything.
Yeah, and it's definitely fun. It's just, if you count it as a conference, Devolver's top. If you don't count it as a conference, I'm putting Ubisoft in a close second behind Microsoft at the moment. Currently. Might change. And to be honest, that order might change over time.
Yeah. I don't know if Sony's going to be able to pull off anything better. I know a lot of the Twitch chat is saying, you know, they're like pleading for Sony. They're like, Sony's going to kill it all.
Yeah, a lot of people on the Twitch chat didn't seem to have liked this. And okay.
I think the delusion is pretty high here because, again, I don't think a lot of people have heard the news that Sony's only focusing on those 4 games.
Yeah, I don't think they're prepared.
Like they're in for a bit of a rude awakening. It's like, yeah, Sony's conference is not going to be anything like they've had before. So if you're not into those 4 games, there's not going to be anything there for you.
Yeah. Joseph Gordon-Levitt has gone onto Twitter and said, yeah, sorry, we made a huge oversight not mentioning the fact that people get paid through Hit Record.
Yeah, bit of an oversight there.
Yeah. He has apologised for that, so, you know, that's good.
Welcome to E3, buddy.
Yeah. So yeah, Hideo Kojima apparently landed in LA about an hour ago, so he's probably going to be there.
I wonder what he could be here for.
Oh, I don't know. Might be something that he's working on, perhaps. I don't know. Can't be anything big.
I hope Sony does the same thing that Ubisoft did. They're just like, oh, and by the way, Hideo Kojima's here in the audience. They just bring him up.
Like they did with Miyamoto. I was surprised. That was quite good. They just brought him up, and I was like, oh, hello. You exist. You're here. Yeah,
no new announcement. We're just going to bring him up on stage.
Yeah. No, I like that. I like the whole Ubisoft-Nintendo relationship that's coming up at the moment. It's quite good to see. It's good to see Nintendo actually working with people for a change.
Right, because I hope it doesn't come off as a racist thing, but Japanese companies seem to be a bit stubborn when it comes to change.
Yeah, you've got Sony who refuse to like cooperate with like Microsoft with online stuff, like Rocket League. A PS4 player can only do crossplay with PC players, not Switch players or Xbox players, for no discernible reason other than Sony just being dicks. So I know where you're coming from with that. There's a bit of culture,
and even some of the developers, like I've personally just felt like developer like Square Enix with their Japanese games, Polyphony Digital with the Gran Turismo series. You know, that game used to be the best racing game on consoles, and Forza kind of whooped its butt because they're like, I think in the time it took them to make one Gran Turismo game, Forza had like 5 games come out.
Oh, jeez.
because they're just like, we got to make sure everything is perfect, and then they released it, and it's like, this is what you were working on? This is crap.
Breaking news, guess how many different editions of Assassin's Creed Odyssey there are to pre-order?
I'm going to go with 5.
There are 7.
7?
Yeah. Oh, Ubisoft. Ubisoft giveth, and they taketh away.
Usually they only do the regular, the deluxe, and the gold, and then they have like a physical.
Yeah. But no, we've got standard edition.
The Pantheon edition has a sweet-looking statue with it.
It does, but that's also with the Spartan edition and the Medusa edition. Then we also have the standard edition, the deluxe edition, the gold edition, and the ultimate edition.
Oh, if you try to click on it, it asks for your username and password. Apparently, I don't have access to that.
Oh, jeez. Oh, Ubisoft. They never learn, do they? Oh dear, guess we're going to need another spreadsheet for this, like we did with the Watch Dogs launch editions.
But I do have to say, I do still contend that Ubisoft is one of my favorite developers out right now, because despite the fact that they do have microtransactions in a lot of their games, they're usually optional. Like with Far Cry 5, a lot of people said, "Oh, it's they tuned the game so you have to buy the guns." That was completely false.
I mean, I think
in my
developers, Ubisoft are very good. Publishers, less so. That's how I view it.
Yeah,
they make good games, but they publish them with not great business practices. So that's how I view it.
What is that guy doing under the table? Whoa. Stream just got a little PG.
Oh, hello. It's like that guy's got a smile on his face as well now, so... Oh, God. Anyway, right. I think I'd like to take a 20-minute break before the PC Gamer Show. So I think we'll wrap it up there. I think, again, overall, a very good showing from Ubisoft there. So I'm quite happy with that. And I'm going to need a break before the PC Gaming shit show because, oh, God.
I can't wait.
Yeah. So I hope you'll join us in chat. Lemme Smash, thank you for coming on this one. And we will see you again later for Sony.
Yep, I'll see you there.
And otherwise, in 20 minutes, we will have Orange Lightning and The Voice 106.7 back on the channel for the PC Gaming Show. We'll see you then.